Only ever black women that say they don't like my personality. You notice that? Because I'm being myself. I'm acting just like your raggedy mom and your aunties.
That's crazy. I really thought you were smarter than that.
Muni Long is being cancelled by black women. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So Muni Long is being dragged and called out by black women, and some black women are saying she should be cancelled. And this is because she said that a lot of the people that hate her the most are black women. So if you don't know what happened, Money Long was on live and she was just chatting with people on live, and I guess there was some troll on her live trolling her and all that, and she kind of lashed out talking about how most of the people that hate her are black women. Mind you, a couple of weeks ago we are talking about the Ratatouille news, and you know the Ratatouille news video I'm talking about, and at the time we are having that nose surgery conversation, her name popped up a lot of times for people, and she trended over her nose last week. So that's also another thing we need to consider. So she was there and she responded to the person talking about how a lot of black women hate her, and why is it that it's black women, and that the black women, the when she's just being herself, the raggedy ass, just like their mama and all that. And everybody was like, no, she's coming for black women, the biggest supporters, the biggest group of people that have supported her. Those are the people that she's coming from, especially the fact that she's also a black woman. And this has struck entire conversation. Some people think she should be cancelled. Some people think she should not be cancelled. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this live that is almost getting Muni Long cancelled and people's reaction, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Only ever black women that say they don't like my personality. You notice that? Because I'm being myself. I'm acting just like your raggedy mom and your aunties. With them ashy cankles. This is how they act. But there's something wrong with my personality.
You don't like me, you don't like yourself.
Exactly. Take a look in the mirror. You don't like you.
Who are you?
They be like, oh, she's so... What you want me to do? What it is you're a bully and you're used to people laying down, letting them do whatever. I'm not that. It's never going to be that.
I'm not
Never.
her and this ain't that.
Like, oh, she stinks. She got a... Who are you? Why do I have to be nice to you? What did you do?
It's called being confident in who you are. And
Exactly. No, I see the comments, Kelly. But it's just amazing to me. I'm not even doing anything. I'm sitting here enjoying brunch with my friends. But I got attitude. My attitude is nasty.
I think your attitude comes with the success. If you were not Muni Long, I don't think we'll have a problem with that.
Man, because I'm cute.
And then when you're famous, you don't have the luxury of speaking up for yourself. Now that's crazy.
Okay, girl, you realize you lame. You still sitting here talking. Leave. I don't even got the energy to delete you out of the chat.
Come on. I'm going to push you back.
How you say your name? Tuloro Bori Toyinke?
Should I take?
You can take this one.
I have
Yes,
to take
ma'am.
a
Here you
camera.
go. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, my love.
There's only ever black women that say they don't like my personality. You notice that? Because I'm being myself. I'm acting just like your raggedy mom and your aunties.
Now, whenever I meet a black woman that says something like this, or they say only black women have ever had a problem with me, black women don't like me, I know for a fact that they are the problem. It's only ever black women to say they don't like my personality. Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure black women on this app listen to your music, make dances to your music, and plays it and supports you more than any other demographic. Correct me if I'm wrong. You on this app, are white people singing your shit? No, they're singing the shit that you wrote for other people because they like them more. You come out with a song, they don't even know who you are. They don't even know how to pronounce your name. Money. Then you double down calling people's mothers ashy and raggedy and then saying, oh no, you just don't like yourself. What? And then I watched your response video. It is a hard watch. It is a very hard watch. I promise it is you. Even the fans in your comments telling you that you need some self-reflection. You need to really listen to what people are saying because... God, like I miss when celebrities did not talk so much. Social media has ruined the idea of celebrities because we don't have to always know what's on your mind, because most of the time what's on your mind just is like not even worth being put out into the public. Y'all are celebrities and you forget how to interact with regular people. Target rolled back their DEI and now they're talking about how they're losing billions of dollars. You want to talk about black women, your biggest supporters, and you think that you're going to continue to have their support. Okay. It's not that good, child. I listened to it on the iPod. And the craziest thing is that she's replying to a troll, and she fell right into the trap. You let that troll get you beside yourself, and now you're on the internet attacking black women. Like, you literally fell for the bait.
It's only ever black women that say they don't like my personality. You notice that? Because I'm being myself. I'm acting just like your raggedy mom and your aunties. With them ashy ankles.
That's crazy. I really thought you were smarter than that. But I see why you had to change your whole face to be popular in the music industry. Girl, I don't know why, like, we all know it's an attack on black people, period, especially black women. But it's so funny to me how they didn't want your black face. So they use your songs and put them with other people, white people, lighter skinned people. You literally were crying out to the heavens that they gave timber to Kesha because they wanted a black spin on a white song. Black women are your main supporters. I'm very disappointed, honestly, because Made for Me is my shit. Every time I come on, I'm there. That's crazy. Now you just give me your money again, and it can't be the white person. It can't be the white people's fault this time. It's your fault now, because your main audience is black women. Mm-hmm. Are we okay up here? You trying to cancel yourself? Like you tired of being like Muni Long? You about to change your persona again? Get your lips done. Get a BBL. Like, what's going on now?
Muni Long is just mad that people have been talking about her nose job. I really feel like this is where that hate trend is coming from, because for the last couple of weeks, like, we've been talking about nose jobs, bad nose job, what people think are bad nose jobs, and her name came up and other celebrities, and people talked about it. I saw some people made fun of it. I feel like this is where she feels that there's a hate trend and black women, like, we don't like her for whatever reason. And she also feel like people from, she said like majority of her supporters are from the Philippines and Brazil. I'm like, girl, you're looking at your TikTok analytics, because that changes all the time. I don't, well, I wasn't part of the live where she said that, but apparently someone else said that there were trolls and they were trolling her, saying things. I don't know what they were saying, but I saw her video response where she doubled down, and she pretty much was like, yeah, y'all don't like me, that's how I feel, and I can say how I feel. Hey, she can, but she was also rambling about some other things that I personally felt did not make sense. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe she needs to have a conversation with her people, because something is a little off. I don't know if she's like just mad at us right now, or if something else is going on. Is it that conversation? Is something going on? Like, anyways, wishing her the best. But girl, they're about to Daniel Caesar, is I can't even remember his name, but if you know, you know.
I am not completely surprised by the comments that Muni Long has made, just off the simple fact of the work that she has gotten done. I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but we do that. Like, it's natural to look at something and say, So when I see black people who get a lot of work done to minimize their black features, specifically the nose, black people have specific noses, okay? We have larger, wider noses. That is a black feature typically. And when I see black people get multiple nose jobs, which she has done, to make their nose appear skinny to the point that the nose looks completely unnatural and it looks terrible, but they just keep doing it. I know that you have some self-hate. I know you have some, self-image issues, okay? Like, you are not happy with yourself and you don't like your black features. You don't like looking black, okay? There's something going on. And I notice people like that also, they don't like black women, or they don't like other black people. They try to separate themselves. That's one. And they don't like black people who don't have the same insecurities as them. So when they see a black person who has the features that they try to erase and they're confident, they feel intimidated. So her making these comments about the black community, black women, it's not surprising, because it's very clear. I can look at you and see that there are some image issues that you have, even down to the filler that you put in your face to give yourself a certain look. It's just obvious. It's obvious that she has some self-worth issues and that she does not like being black. I think that she will be the next Daniel Caesar.
So I don't think Muni Long should actually be canceled. I did a bit more digging. The whole thing seems to be a tempest in a teapot. She was on live last week. She had a lot of hecklers in her live, and after responding to several people, she was upset and said, Black women seem to be the only people who have a problem with my personality. Not good. But I also think we expect the most responsibility where we have least protected, and it's not cool. Because a lot of people who responded, who were saying she should be canceled, were saying, oh, don't blame all Black women for what the hecklers were doing. But at the same time, it wasn't just a handful of people she was responding to. Context was missing. Because yes, individuals were heckling her after the collective spent a week on her neck about her nose job. You cannot let the collective run amok and talk about this woman's body and face and whatnot, and then be upset when she responds to the collective. Not to mention, people pick and choose what they want to take offense to and who they want to take offense to. You put 100 on 10 to cancel a Black woman who hasn't really committed a cancelable offense to make up for feeling impotent in other areas. And it's not right. And this is one of those situations, because when I first heard the videos, I thought, oh, there's more at length. Or I thought she said this in a professional interview. She was saying something to take a dig at Black women unprovoked. But they left out the context that she had been provoked by Black women repeatedly, and that all she said in response was, Black women are the only ones who have a problem with or don't like my personality, which I will freely say was not great and shouldn't have been said. But you want to cancel her over this while you all are still giving Cardi's non-rapping ass a career, the woman who called dark-skinned Black women roaches? Here. Come on, you can't tell me this is not informed by your hurt feelings, colorism, and the fact that money is an easy sacrifice. Now, until I watched her now deleted video, I didn't know any of that background. But apparently people who are making all these videos saying she should be canceled and whatnot did, and some of them were even there. And in their video responses, they were saying things like, yeah, you were being heckled, but you should have just dealt with the one heckler and not said whatever about Black women. And that would be a fine argument if only you all took that same energy and applied it when they heckled Muni Long so much about her Black features until she got that nose job. If you all had not last week been talking about said nose job all over the internet. Or did you forget that part? People are humans. And I know it's fake outrage because that's all she said. I'm not saying it was right. And yes, she should have handled it on an individual basis. But as someone who's not half this famous, I know I get stressed dealing with these people all the time. You have no idea what people will say to you when you can't see them face to face. You would have to be a saint or a robot to never say the wrong thing. And this outrage is so performative because Chris Brown, if he were not in jail, he would be on tour right now. Until R. Kelly went to prison, and after that even, he still had a viable career because of the support of Black women. I'm calling you out. Because who was paying Chris Brown $1,000 per to take pictures with him? A known abuser of Black women with multiple convictions on his record. Honestly. What is your excuse for that? But you're canceling her over this? You're canceling her because you want an excuse to put her down. Because you will nitpick to death what Black women do. Can't stand Jackie Asamoah, Nee Ina. You've called her every stuck-up, ungrateful, oh, you want too much, known to man, because she asked for privacy in her personal life, which she never offered for your consumption, and because she has some boundaries. Y'all hate Black women with boundaries. A lot of this has nothing to do with sisterhood and support, and you know this because we see it with people like Meg Thee Stallion. When the deal first went down with Tory, people were hungry for salacious gossip. They weren't asking all these questions because they wanted to support Meg, because support is unconditional. You don't need to know the details to support a victim. People wanted gossip. They wanted the nitty-gritty. They wanted the nasty details, not to support that young woman. And then if people don't get what they want in the moment, they will later use the cloak of acting like, oh, I'm defending Black womanhood or I'm supporting a good cause to rake somebody over the coals just because. Because if you're such a staunch defender, like I said, how come these men have careers? And not just them, the industry is full of Black men who have been caught dead to rights on camera, on audio tape, like Dr. Dre, smacked D. Barnes on television. This is not in dispute. And he is living his life, thriving. All the ones who just performed at the inauguration, what has happened? Nothing. Performative outrage. I will always get on the demographics case about how they treat black women, but incidents like this really bring home how much of this stuff is internalized misogynoir. We have our own stuff sometimes. And I feel like one of the ways that gets manifested is to over punish black women. I'm not saying she should have said what she did, but at the same time, you can't tell me you honestly think this is a greater crime than what most of the black men in the industry have done to black women. Hell, if we stick with words alone, they have said worse in their songs than she said in her conversation. Can we all agree? Okay. But they're famous for it, and you want to punish her for it. And I think part of this is we have very few social powers. One of the ones we have is cancel culture within our own spaces. But we know good and doggone well it doesn't apply equally. You can say any white man, black man, Asian man, Latino man is canceled tomorrow, and it's not going to hold much water. But you know you have an almost all-access pass to cancel any black woman. Alicia Keys is a great example. I don't think any other group knew or cared, except for maybe black men, about her having the affair with Swiss Beats and making Mashonda so miserable. But black women stood on business for that. As they should, because she was completely wrong. And Swiss Beats too. Chrisette Michele performs the inauguration in 2017 and is canceled. Something that has lasted to this day. But I think there's an awareness of the limitations of this power, and so you only employ it against the people, black women, who you know it will work against. And I think sometimes to expel any feelings of impotence because you don't get listened to in other contexts, you extra cancel people. I think often we can feel powerless in life or not listened to, and so we like to create these situations where we do have the power of life and death over something and then hold that person or thing hostage. And that's why our own parents love those phrases. Oh, I brought you into this world, I'll take you out. They felt powerless. Remember the arguments between Blac Chyna and Tokyo, her mom? Blac Chyna was asking for basic respect, as she should. Tokyo said, I don't have to respect you, but because I'm your mother, I don't care if your mother sold you to an army, sold your you-know-what to an army. You have to respect her as your mother. There's this unequitable situation. Our people, women of our stamp, like to set up where we say, you have to respect me, but I don't have to respect you. And I see it here, and I love people enough to call them to accountability. Because if people are getting so offended over her just saying that, and then later getting nettled after black people responded with really some of the most heinous commentary I've seen, more comments on her face and her body, and threats against her, when she responded, well, okay, I won't be in your space. I don't need it. I'm just going to go to where I'm more popular in Brazil and I think the Philippines. People have sought to create a very one-sided narrative that blames her for everything, takes no responsibility for anything, and insists that because she's a celebrity, because she's the famous one, it's her responsibility to take all disrespect with a smile. But the minute her audience feels even slightly disrespected by things that were way nicer than what they were saying to her, they have the right to punish her. It's not right, especially when y'all have all the mercy for non-black women and black men. So stop it. That's it. I can follow for more.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. Did you hear about the story? And what are your thoughts about it? So go down in the comment section, share your thought. But please, as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. Okay, so for me personally, when it comes to Muni Long and this outrage of them canceling her, that was the life. And I do understand, I feel like Cecilia just really summarized some of the things I want to say. A lot of the times, people don't see people that are on the receiving end, especially when you're just reading comments and all that. And since we talked about that pinochle nose thing that we talked about last week, her name has come up multiple times. Even though I didn't do content on it, there are a lot of people that created content around black women that have black celebrity women that have changed their look, and a name keep coming up, and that's something I saw a lot, and I can just imagine how that has also affected her and how she responded. Not saying what she said and how she generalized all black women, because I personally listen to Muni Long and all that. Funny enough, I listen to what's the song? I listen to it every single day. Let me look for the song. That's one song I listen to. I don't know. There's something about the song I really it's come up now. No. Superpower. Okay, superpowers. That's one song like I literally listen is on my playlist every single morning that I listen to. So it's no bash to her. So I understand. I love her personally. Like I love her work. I love and I how generalizing black women and talking about how black women. I feel like that was out of reach, and that's why when we create content like this, which I personally I try as possible to not say all because that's a big generalization of a large group of people, and especially a group of people, a group of people and community that you are part of because she's a black woman, and I do understand how that would feel like one of the things that made you feel very insecure and you had to go do a job about it, to do work about it, and you changed it and all that, and now all of a sudden for days on the internet that was the topic of conversation. A lot of people were having, pointing it out and kind of distorting the entire thing. I can understand how that make someone feel very insecure, or I won't even say insecure, just make you kind of feel some type of way about it because it's something you wouldn't feel good about and all that. I'm not sure to anybody that does plastic surgery and all that. Like you guys know, I've already said it. If I have the money and the pain threshold, I'll go and do my lipos 360. But yeah, I can understand how that can pass up as her being irritated. And the truth is that a lot of us that was having that conversation about the Ratatouille news and even talking about Muni Long was a lot of black women, a lot of black content creators that was pointing these things out. And you can understand why that may just ick her off. And then she's on the live and somebody said something and then she reacted instantly and all that. You guys reacting on live, like being on live and reacting, it's a reflex action. You have there's no way to cut, edit or anything. It's a reflex action. And her talking about how most of our supporters come from Philippines and Brazil. Okay, for me, I would say black women. I'm not from the US, so it may not show the US, but there are still a lot of black women in Brazil. I personally, I love her work. I love her music. Like even her own music, the one she sings out of her own mouth, not the one she wrote for people even, which those ones are amazing work too. So I just feel like grace should be given. I don't feel like this warrant cancellation for them to cancel her. Not giving excuses or like, oh, we should not hold her accountable for what she said, trying to generalize black women, no. But I just feel like it does not really warrant the outrage. Call her out on it, but not, oh, we have to cancel her and we're not going to listen to your song and all that. Just like, can we just allow people be? She just said black women are the ones hating her. Okay. If you know that offends you at a point, okay. But I just feel like it was just overreacted. Like she just responded and I didn't see a coming back video because she took it down. But people are saying that she went on to explain why. So probably in the comment section there were a lot of people that was pointing out that nose and everything. Like sometimes it can really, if you're on the other side where people are not talking to you one-on-one, people that are on a normal day, they can't even stand and talk to you in your face. They'll be in the comment section telling you whatever. I'm trying to bring you down. Sometimes you have to react. You're human. She's a human. She have to react. But that's not to say she shouldn't have generalized the conversation of saying all black women. And then that to say even, a lot of the times we find out, even I did a video on that where we talked about how some people go on a disguise of being a black people online or black women online to throw another black woman. So that could even be the case, or that could even be the case of another black woman, black women, because it wasn't just one person that was trolling her. And we all know sometimes we have some black women that have nasty behavior. Let's not even. So it could just be, but I just feel like for me, it's hard generalizing the entire conversation that black women, not all. She gets, actually, she said she gets a lot of hate more from black women. So anyway, guys, go on and share your thoughts. Don't forget to share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because you know that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl. Yeah, so go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.